When skirmishing in urban sites, I tend to use the saw in this configuration with the power stock. When outdoors, around the buildings, it allows you to use it like a proper support weapon. One of the sites I play at, the very first skirmish, is semi-automatic mode only. If you go with a support weapon like this, they actually allow you to use it because it's incapable of being switched to semi, and you can use it indoors, and it's the only game on the site where you can use one of these indoors. So with the power stock, it's very convenient because you just shut it down, close the tripod legs, and it's manageable indoors. With the bigger stock, which is about the same size as that power extended, it's just a little bit too big. Moving on up, this feed cover has two buttons either side that have to be pushed in at the same time, and then it will hinge upwards. Here are the two feed release buttons. They need to be pressed both in at the same time, and the feed cover will pull up. This is the whole gearbox mechanism and spring. This button here releases the tension on the spring when you finish for the day. The spring is pre-tensioned. When you finish with the weapon, before you store it, push this button down and the spring is released out of tension. That exposes here the gearbox. There are three types of gearbox for the Star M249. The particular gearbox I've got in here is clear, or they call it blue, which is the standard gearbox. You have a red gearbox, which is 180% spring, and you have what they call an inferior gearbox, which is a reduced spring down to 75% for indoor use. They're very quick and easy to remove. So I've got the standard gearbox fitted in here. A bit about the feed cover here. It's plastic, but it's quite sturdy plastic. And what I've done on this, I've fitted a rail myself. What I did was to take the rear sights, they're plastic as well by the way, and move them from the centre position to the back. That's very simple. It's held on with 4 screws, and the rear 2 screws became the front 2 screw positions, and then it's just a matter of drilling holes up here and putting the screws in. Then freed up the whole area at the front here for me to put a rail. Now this part, I don't know if you can actually see it here, is moulded into the plastic. It looks as though it could be removed, and it would have been nice to remove it to run a rail right through to the end. Right through to the end here. I couldn't do that. These are the iron sights, and this is the rail that's been fitted. This is the piece that is moulded. Star actually make a complete replacement for this piece now, which has a rail that goes right from this end right to the front up here. The hop up for this saw is here. It's a little Allen key notch. I'll lift up this holder. This little thing here is the hop up for this M249, and as I said, it's quite difficult to get at. You need an Allen key, push it in with the long part over here, and you can rotate it left or right to adjust the hop up. Keeping up the top here, we have the handle. The handle can be pushed and pivoted into the up position for carrying, so you can carry the weapon, and it can be collapsed if you don't need it. This is the carry handle in the stowed position. If you push and rotate, the handle comes up into the carry position. The heat guard here, again it's all plastic, can come off. Now the reason you take it off is here is a sling attachment point. There's one on the other side. With the guard removed, it allows you to easily clip your sling attachment onto that point. Now they are plastic points, but I've used this weapon on several skirmishes now and I've had no problems with them at all. They haven't broke, there's no sign of wear and tear on them. You clip your sling on and then you can just put your heat shield back over the barrel. Here's the forward sling point and there's one on the opposite side. So to access, you lift the heat shield away from the barrel. You can now get access through here to clip your sling on, or this side, and you then reapply the heat shield. The barrel on this is all metal, but the rest is all plastic. So the front sights, again front iron sights, they're not iron, they're not metal, they're plastic.